Hey, and welcome to my Blender video. In this video I'm going to show you how to add materials to an object in Blender and map those materials so they fit the object better using the UV editing tab in Blender. So the first thing I'm going to do here is select my castle walls for this project, and I'm going to go to my material property tab and add a new material. I'm going to let's go ahead and name this material real quick. I'll just call it stone. I'm going to go down to base color and click that dot, go over to image texture, and now open an image. I've got an image setting on my desktop now, ready to go for this. So let's see, wall stone, there we go. Now obviously I can't see the image at this point. I'm just in solid shade mode, which doesn't show any image textures anyway. So I'm going to go to material preview mode, which will show image textures if they're working. And right now my walls are just solid gray, so I know the image didn't map correctly to these walls. So now I'm going to click on UV editing at the top. I'll zoom out here on the right so I can see a little bit more, and zoom out here on the left. And when you go into UV editing mode, it should put you automatically into edit mode. And I'm going to just select all from there. If it didn't put me in edit mode, I could just choose edit mode from there. With everything selected, if I go to UV and unwrap, my unwrap is kind of ugly. It's not really setting on this image in any way that would make sense for a wall made of stone. So I'm going to have to change this. Also, when you go to UV editing, it tends to kick you back into just a solid shade mode the first time. So I'm going to go back into material preview mode so you can see how the stone was applied to those walls. Now, interesting texture. If I wanted to go with that, I could, but if I want it to look like the stone in the image, then I'm going to have to do some other things. And the first thing I'm going to do is just try some of the other unwrapping features, like Smart UV Project usually gives me a workable result. So let's try that. And I'm just going to leave the default settings, and immediately I can start to see some stones showing up on these walls. They're a little stretched, they're definitely too big, but they're there, so that gives me something to work with. So what I'm going to do now is scale everything up over on the left side so that those stones become smaller. I can fit more of them in each one of the faces on the right. So I'm just going to move to the left window and select all, and I'm just going to press S for scale, and I'm going to move my mouse away from the center, and you can see how those stones are getting smaller in the image on the right. They also appear to be sideways and are going to need some rotation, and I'll just do this until I'm happy with the size, and I'm going to keep them big enough today so that we can see them more easily in a video. So I'm not going to go super small, as I might be tempted to do otherwise. So if I zoom in, we've got some individual stones. They look better on the front than they do on the sides, but also they look sideways. And if you look at the shadows, I think the shadows are on the bottom of most of these rocks, but they look squished. So I'm going to keep working with everything for now until this front wall looks better, and then we'll go from there. So back over here in the left, I'm just going to zoom out, make sure I've still got everything selected, and I do. And I'm going to scale only in one direction this time, either X or Y, and see which looks better with my stone wall. I'm going to try X first. I'm going to press S and then X, and that's got some potential. I'm going to press escape. Let's see how Y looks. S and then Y. Ooh, definitely not that way. Let's come back. Maybe a little bit of that, and then we combine it with SX again. Oh boy, I really went the wrong way. Undo, undo. Let's go back to that scale X. And we're just going to go like that. Okay. Now looking at this some more, now that it's a little larger, it actually appears that I've got shadows on the right hand side of these blocks, and unless my light source is coming from the right hand side, that's really not going to work out too well. Typically light sources are going to come from above, so let's rotate this so the shadows are under the stones rather than beside them. So over here in this window again, I'm just going to say R for rotate. Now I could freehand it, but that's not going to be very accurate. Now I'm going to type in 90, and we're going to see what that gives us. Just going to look over here. That was a 90-degree rotation, and look, now I've got a shadow on top. So it sounds like I should have gone -90 instead. What I'm going to do instead is come back over here and just type R for rotate and then 180 and press enter. And now I can immediately see that my shadows are under the stones, and that wall looks good enough. Alright, I'm going to look at this wall. Yep, the back wall looks good. Spin all the way around. The insides are the same. The back side of the back wall is the same. These side walls don't match the front. They're not bad, but they don't match the front. And so this is where UV editing becomes really useful. Is we've got to get just these side walls to look different, but we don't want to change the front anymore. The easiest way to do this is to come to the top left corner of your leftmost window where you've got the double arrows and it says UV sync selection. If you click on that, anything you select in either window will automatically be selected in the other. So if I come to my right window, double click A, so nothing is selected. I go into face select mode if I'm not already there. Yep, I wasn't. Okay. And I click the face I want to work with. The face is immediately highlighted over here, and I can work with just that face. And so what I'm going to do is, since the overall size and rotation looks good, I'm just going to scale it in one direction. I'm going to try the scale and then in the X direction, and if I move a little bit closer to center, I'm going to orbit some, compare that to the front. They look similar. I'm going to deselect, zoom in, check shadows. Shadows are underneath the stones, so that wall is good. The inside wall is still in need of repair by the looks. It doesn't look like the outside wall. Ditto for the other two. So all I did was scale in the X direction. Now, if it worked for this one, it should work for the others. What I'm going to do so that they all match is I'm actually going to undo this, and I'm going to select all four of those by holding down the shift key and clicking each of those faces. And then I'm going to do that again. Scale in the X direction, move it in close, click, and just take a look. Alright, and we've got something comparable across all surfaces. And I'm just going to go back into layout mode, go back into object mode, select everything, and there's our castle walls with stone applied. Now you can do that technique no matter how complicated your model is. Some models may require you to actually cut them up by marking the seams where the surfaces are going to break and become individualized so that you can work with an individual surface and not mess with something else. Let me just show you real quickly what that would look like if you would need to do it. I'm going to go back into UV editing. I had initially grabbed one of these faces to work with and then just started doing whatever I wanted to it. Well, depending on how things got unwrapped, if you start changing some things and you notice that these four vertices are actually connected to the four neighboring vertices, scaling this one may pull those others in and inadvertently change other faces. So that's just something to be aware of and be on the lookout for when UV editing and when unwrapping your objects. For now, I'm just going to undo, put that back where it was. And I could use the exact same technique to unwrap every other piece of this castle until I had stone textures and wood textures and whatnot applied to the whole model. But the process will be exactly the same. So that's all I need to show you for right now. You should be able to apply that technique to anything you want to unwrap.